Hey, it's Lindsay from Buy Sell Love Durham. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of my Tuesday morning market update. It's my opportunity weekly to share with all of Durham region exactly what's happening with real estate. I'm standing in front of Kopp's Records in downtown Oshawa. Kopp's is owned by Will McGurk, probably the biggest advocate for downtown Oshawa. It's a mecca for music. If you love live music, the guy is a wealth of knowledge. Pop in, take a look at it. I love supporting small businesses, especially ones that have to do with music. Before we jump into the numbers of what's happened over the last weekend, which is really, it was long weekend, Canada Day, so we saw a dip in everything. So before we jump into the numbers, I'd like to talk a little bit of PSA, a public service announcement, and it's mostly for buyers. So if you're a buyer and you're out looking for houses, those cute little cameras that they sell, the ring cameras, as you walk up to the front door, they start to illuminate. Usually when I'm working with a buyer, what I'll suggest to the buyer before we show the first house is expect you're going to be recorded. So if you've got anything good to say about the house or anything bad to say about the house, just keep it zipped, because it's best not to communicate, because I would expect that when you see that little circle that's illuminating, that the seller's listened to everything you had to say. And it wasn't too long ago that I had a seller call me and say, buyer just came through my house, they're buying my house. And I said, how do you know? He said, I listened to the entire conversation on the front step. So just be wary. So let's just jump straight into the numbers. Again, long weekend, Canada Day. So there's been a bit of a little bit of a lull. So in the last 7 days, we've had 221 homes come to market. That's newly listed for sale. That's down 118 from the week before. Conditionally sold, we had 78 homes leave the market sold conditional, and we had 86 homes leave the market sold firm. So we dropped 49 in sales, but we dropped 118 in actually listings coming on the market, which is typical for, again, long weekend, especially in the middle of the summer, and it was a really nice weekend. So not only that, it was one of those staggered long weekends where people didn't know whether it was Monday a work day or not a work day, so a lot of people took a 5-day holiday. If you got any questions, reach out to me on any of my social media platforms. Have a great week, all of Durham region.